I read a post. When a man starts to fix his life, isolation is the price he pays. I am a psychologist, and you will realize why I'm a psychologist. So let's understand this. This thing is so inspirational, like when a man starts to fix his life, isolation is the price he pays. So inspirational, so realistic, so authentic and all. Well, this is a lie. And this is a trap. And why it only says men when men starts to fix his life? Why don't women don't fix their lives? Let's address the elephant in the room. Isolation means death. In the Stone Age, whenever a person used to get isolated because of any reason, like if the tribe just kicks that person out, that person is isolated, that used to means death, because now that person is alone. And in the wild, there are so many animals, so many things, anything can happen, and that anything is death. In the modern time, in like it is still true, isolation is equal to death. It's just that it is a slow death. But isolation is a death because we are social human beings. Social human beings are not supposed to be isolated. They are supposed to be in the social surroundings with social human beings, with their connections, with their people. But no, these kind of traps are there which be like, you know what, isolate yourself. You are not being able to successful, you are not able to have good relationship with other people, you are not able to do this, do that, blah blah blah, you are not able to achieve. Isolate yourself, disappear for 30 days, and then you will be unrecognizable, unstoppable. Yes, you will be unrecognizable because people would have forgotten you because you disappeared. You will be unstoppable. Yes, your declining mental health will be unstoppable. I agree. Men's mental health. There are so many these life coaches and all. I really didn't wanted to name them, but motivational people, motivational speakers, and things like that. And whoever says this, when a man starts to fix his life, isolation is the price he pays. Anything like that, anyone ever says you to isolate yourself, ask them, have they isolated themselves and how was their isolation? Ask them, because these people are not isolating themselves, they are on social media, they are promoting isolation by not isolating themselves. How is that? Like people have stopped questioning, so I encourage you to question these kind of things. Isolation is equal to death. That was true for humans in the Stone Age, that is true for humans right now, and that will be true in the upcoming time. Yes, right now the men and women, they are very independent, but that does not mean they can live all by themselves without any human connection. No, we are social human beings. If we are isolated, it is slow death. I will give that thing that okay, you might not get instant death because there are not wild animals out there. It will be a slow death, but it is that. And to explain you and for you to understand it better, I have written a blog post. So let's read that blog post. I address the elephant in the room. Now let's understand the things. Okay. So the lie we are being sold, that was the heading. Isolate yourself, work in silence, and you will be unstoppable. You will come back unstoppable. Yeah, unstoppable. Declining mental health will be unstoppable. Unless you meet a psychologist like me. Okay, let's get back. It sounds powerful, almost real. A promise that silence will sharpen your skills and that isolation will bring discipline and that will transform your life. But here's the truth, it is a lie. Isolation isn't transformation, it is often disconnection disguised as discipline. So, first, they tell you to isolate yourself from the people, stop interacting with the friends, stop going with the friends, and doing all things like that. Lock yourself in the room. Ever asked why? What we are really doing when we go off the grid isn't always self-discovery. Many a times it is self-neglect, wearing productivity mask. This is very important and it is very deep. I have discussed about this in a video where I discussed about aloneness and loneliness. I think you might check it out for the better, for your better, so that you understand the difference between, how productivity is when you are alone and what productivity is not when you are alone, when you are lonely. Okay, there's one thing that this is called the monk mode, and I am like, how monks are. They they are not living in isolation. Like, no, they are living among people like them. They have mentors, they have disciples, and things like that. They have a very good discipline, they follow a structure and all that. But in this kind of monk mode, they do not talk about it. Let's understand why. Okay, so the modern isolation trap. In today's world, isolation doesn't mean sitting alone in nature with your thoughts. It means scrolling endlessly on social media, binging on Netflix, and calling it a break from people. Isn't it? Like imagine you taking a break from people. What would you do? Like, first of all, you are not able to let go of the mobile. You are not able to let go of social media. And even when you do, you will catch something or the other. That is just going to happen because it's a need. It's a psychological need. We are going to talk about it further. But it is a need. And you would have seen yourself. If you're not interacting with people, then you're interacting with these devices. And what they're showing? They are showing humans. They're showing human made reels, even AI, but still made by humans only, for humans only. You are binging on Netflix, where what are you watching? You are watching people. We see all these things because we want social connections, we want human connections, and that is a psychological need. We need it. There is no harm in that, there is nothing wrong in that. You are a social human being, you want social connections. Simple. Okay, let's continue. So we tell ourselves we are cutting off distractions, but the irony, we replace real human presence with digital noise. Yes, that is what we are doing. And now AI is there. Okay. Isolation today isn't quiet, it is crowded with algorithms, opinions, endless hustle content. We are not actually alone. We are surrounded by curated version of others that leave us lonelier than ever. And that happens because we are also comparing ourselves with them, and we do not realize that they are showing a curated version of them. They are showing the version which is, perfected enough, but they are not showing the behind the scenes of that, behind all the years they have been practicing. And that's social media, of course, obviously. So yes, it is making us more lonely because we are also isolating ourselves, and what we are seeing is a curated version of people, of their personalities, and we are comparing ours with theirs, which is first of all not a fair comparison, but still when we do, it leaves us more, you know, hopeless. And since you are in isolation, it is very difficult to counter that. So please don't be in isolation. Isolation is equals to death. I don't know what you take from this video, but this phrase should be taken. All right, let's understand this. This is very important. The missing feedback loop. Something we often overlook. Growth requires feedback. Whenever you want to grow, you need feedback. You cannot grow alone without anyone giving you feedback for your work. And we want feedback. We want feedback so that we can improve. Like, imagine I'm creating these videos and nobody gives me any feedback. I will not improve because I would never know what I need to improve. Right? And that's where I'm not isolating myself. I'm coming out in public and making these videos, and posting as well, publishing them as well. Okay, when you isolate yourself, you remove one of the most powerful tools for improvement, being seen. Again, one of the most important psychological need. We want to be seen, heard, acknowledged, validated, and things like that. But we want to be seen. Like, yes, there are people, for example, there are introverts who do not like so much of attention. But the phrase is so much of attention. They never say they do not like attention at all. They do, because they are also social human beings. It's just that they do not like too much. Not that much that they cannot handle. As much as they can handle, they can like it. Okay? So we want to be seen. In the isolation loop, what happens? Feedback, encouragement, correction, they are missing. Okay, because you are isolated. Who will give you feedback when you have cutted yourself from other people? Who will give you encouragement when you have cutted yourself from other people? How will you know where you have to correct when you have disconnected from yourself from the people? These are not luxuries, they are psychological necessities. They are. Without feedback, you might keep repeating the mistakes without realizing it. That happens with a lot of people. You lose the motivation that comes from being acknowledged. One of the most important aspect, one of the most important thing for a human being is to be acknowledged in what they are doing, how they are doing, and everything. So yes, acknowledgement plays crucial role in your growth, in your improvement. So it is completely okay to seek the need to be acknowledged. You miss the subtle learning that comes through shared experiences and collaboration. Social human beings, we cannot live without each other. We need people. We need to collaborate with them. We need to, share our experiences with them, learn from their experiences in your lives. You miss the subtle learning that comes through shared experiences and collaboration. Again, as I said, we are social human beings and we learn from each other more than we learn from the books. It is a proven fact. It was a fact earlier as well, now as well, and in the upcoming years as well. We learn when we are working together. We do not learn from books as much as we learn when we are working together. It's a fact. And please get this fact straight in your head, because we are social human beings. As human beings, we don't grow by doing. We grow when others witness us and reflect what they see. Again, we want to be seen, heard, validated, acknowledged, and things like that. And this does that. When you isolate, that mirror disappears. Yes. The role of mentorship. Growth needs guidance. One of the most important thing. Without guidance, you can grow. Yes, you can grow. But how much? And how would you know you are growing or not growing? That's where guidance is so important. Behind every strong individual, there is usually a mentor, someone who offers perspective, guidance, and constructive challenge. If you are all alone by yourself, yes, you can challenge yourself. Yes, you can take some perspective, try to think from a third person's POV, fourth person's POV, but how much? It's your brain. It will be biased. Guidance, AI is there, but please, please. AI is there, I know, but are you willing to replace AI with a human being? And if you do, if you are eagerly onto that, then aren't you isolating yourself from real people, from real connections? And when you do, real growth is also being isolated from you. Not by anyone, by you only. Come on. When you isolate, you lose access to wisdom. You lose the chance for someone to say, this is very important. Listen to it carefully. You are improving. keep going. You might be missing something here. Have you thought of it in this way? You are doing well. I'm proud of you. When these things are said by someone who believes in you, your productivity is going to increase like anything. Your belief in yourself is going to increase like anything. Like, you have no idea, if you are missing these things, what you are trying to achieve. Like, these are the most important things, most important aspects of a human being. Please, like, work in a way or do certain things in a way that you have those kind of people who can say things like this. Mentorship is not a weakness, it is a catalyst. It helps you. A good mentor doesn't just teach skills, they help you see yourself more. Yes. More clearly, and that's something isolation can never do. Yeah, because isolation is just escaping. And when you are with a mentor, that mentor will show you mirror, and it is going to be for the best of you, for the better of you. Cool. Okay. Now, the cost of solitude sold as strength, of course. This isolation, this thing is sold as like, this is the way, this is the price you will pay for your growth, for your success, and all that. That is a lie. And how it is a lie? Let's understand. Influencers often romanticize solitude, portraying it as the birthplace of genius. But here's what influencers always often hide. Many who isolate report increased anxiety, low motivation, and self-doubt, which is there. If you want to read studies, you are more than welcomed. In fact, multiple studies link prolonged social isolation directly to higher rate of depression and cognitive decline. As I said, isolation is equals to death. And now, since it is modern time, slow death. And this is how the slow death starts. Their social circles shrink because isolation starves relationship of the time shared and experiences needed to keep them strengthened. Yes. Whenever you are isolating, you are saying no to those people. And when you do that, you miss out on a lot of things, miss out on a lot of human things. Re-establishing these connections later becomes much more difficult, and that's the problem, that's the thing. Like, these people sell you isolation, all these kind of things as like, what, you do this, you disappear for 30 days, and then when you will come back, your crush will like you. I really want to ask, did she or did he? Please don't do these kind of things. All right, let's continue. When they return, they find that life did not pause. The world and the people in it continued to evolve while they remained static. Why static? Because there was no feedback, there was no guidance. They re-emerge into a present they no longer share, finding the relationship they once had now feel distant or fragile. The bond feels broken not from a single event but from 1,000 tiny missed adaptations. This is so important thing. Like, people are isolating themselves and they are thinking that 30 days they will work on themselves, do something, fix themselves, blah blah blah. This is so true because people think that if they isolate themselves, they work on themselves, they fix their life somehow miraculously, without seeking help, without guidance, without mentorship. Somehow they will fix their life, but that is not how it happens. You took a step back, but for what? For isolating yourself, for not evolving as the world is evolving, because you have taken a step back but the world hasn't. The world kept moving. It's just you who took a step back and you were like, okay, now I'm improving. But when you come back, you will see that the world has moved and now you have to play the catch up thing. So that isolation which happened is of almost no value. Please don't. Isolation may help you focus, but it also disconnects you from human support, the very source of emotional resilience. Without that, productivity becomes survival, and survival isn't growth. As I said, if you isolate yourself, you think you are working, you are improving, but the world is moving faster than you think. And then when you come back, you realize that, oh, I was here, the world is here. I know you could not see my hand because that's how it happens. Okay, now let's talk about the solution part. Okay, I didn't make the video just to mock about all these things. Let's understand the solution part. So there's a healthier alternative: connection with intention. You don't have to choose between isolation and distraction. The better path is connection with intention. Start small. Create something. Whenever you're working on a project, a habit, or a skill, give it a form. Do something about it and make something from it. Share it with people you trust. Ask for honest feedback, not validation. Yeah, that happens, no? But yeah, like ask for honest feedback and be open to receive that feedback. Like if a person is telling you that, okay, this is okay, but it can be done better, then ask them, okay, how it can be done better. Here you are looking for the feedback, not just validation. Oh, it's good. And you're like, okay, thank you, bye. No, you ask them what is good in it. What did you find good? How we can make it better? That is feedback. That is taking feedback. Okay. Listen, don't defend. Yes. Listen, don't defend. Yes, that is very important. So treat feedback as information, not insult. Yes, that can happen. Like if you show your work and people be like, no, this is not good, or this is worse, this is pathetic, or anything like that, take it as information. I know it will be very hard, and that's where this point comes. Take it as information. This is information that this person do not like this. That's it. It does not tell about you, about your efforts or anything. It's just that this product is not liked by this person. That's it. And when you gather more feedback, you will realize what the person likes, what the person do not like, and when you combine it, and then you may redo the thing or adapt it in a way that people like it more. Refine, repeat. Improve one small aspect each time. Yes, again, you do not have to make a masterpiece and be like, this is my masterpiece. Now, whenever you do that, please do not expect people to just fall in love with that, because that do not happen. That happens with artists and all that, but they have also given their craft a lot of time. They were not isolated from the beginning. They were beginners and they learned, they shared it with their mentors, they got the feedback, they implemented their feedback, and for years they have done that. And then they came to a stage where they can isolate themselves for some time. That again there's a difference between aloneness and loneliness. I will link the video, please watch. Let's move forward. Expand your circle gradually. As your confidence grows, show your work to more people. When seeking this feedback, you can turn to people you trust. Another powerful path is to seek help of professionals. In every field, you will find coaches, mentors, or therapists who are trained to help you improve. They can provide constructive, confidential, and objective feedback that is essential for your growth. Yes, when you think that you shared with your friends, however, it is not helping you much, you turn to the professionals because they are going to help you in the best way possible, in the best way that is there. So do take help from professionals. And again, we are social human beings. We are meant to help each other and take each other's help. Okay. There's this illustration which explains this, that create something, share it with the people you trust, listen to their feedback, and listen it just like information. Okay, this person like this and this person like that and that. That's it. And then you craft it again. you refine it, improve one aspect and repeat the process, like again take the feedback, refine it and all that. Okay, so this simple cycle, create, share, receive, improve, will help you not only improve your skills but also build your social relationships, such important aspect. Now coming to the feedback, I know feedback taking is not at all easy. We feel judged and that's the fear as well, right? So again, feedback is information. Go with that mindset. Treat opinions as data points, not verdicts on your worth. See feedback as information to be processed, not criticism to be internalized. Do not see it like any other thing than information. This mindset shift is transformative. It keeps your ego aside and lets your curiosity lead. And once that happens, learning escalates. So the real transformation is, like, instead of isolating, you start interacting. When you start engaging again, showing your work, taking small risks, asking for help, something remarkable happens. You begin to see your own growth reflected in others' eyes. And don't you want to see that? All the things which you are doing is for that. Then let it be like that. Why are you falling for a trap of, instant thing? Like 30 days is also not a very small thing, but it sells like that. Like 30 days you give yourself and you will be unstoppable. I told you what will be unstoppable. You will notice the way your ideas evolve when discussed. Yes, interaction is important, and you will see, like, you may have a very brilliant idea and you think that you have a brilliant idea, but when you discuss with people, you will realize what it is and what it is not, and that's where your idea will evolve. So again, take feedback as information. The energy that comes from shared purpose, yes, you will find the people who believe in you, who believe in the purpose for which you are doing it, and they can join hands with you. A lot of things can happen, and that can happen only when you are connecting with them, not isolating from them. The satisfaction of being part of something larger than your own thoughts, yes. Over time, your circle widens and so does your confidence. That's a real transformation, not the kind that hides from the world, but the kind that learns to live in it. There's this Instagram trend kind of thing that people post reels every day. Like they take this challenge 30-day reel and all that. They are showing themselves and they see growth in them. Now, growth may not be in the terms of followers and all that, but in the terms of how much confident they feel in front of the camera, how their communication has improved, and all those kind of things. It is because they are posting. It is not because they have isolated themselves and they're like, in 30 days I will just learn editing, I'll just learn speaking, and then one day I will come and that day my reels will rock. It does not happen like that. You have to practice your craft, you have to show your craft, and when you start showing your craft, people will accept it, acknowledge it, and then you have to look for the feedbacks, and then you have to refine your craft, and that is the way for growth. It is not like one day you will just come and you will show the world what thing you are and the world will be like, oh my god. That do not happen like that. And for the people for which it happened, they have given years to work on themselves. You do not see the years of work, you just see that one viral moment and you be like, I want that viral moment. I empathize with you. But the years of work, years of refining, years of taking the feedback and improving is also important. Please. Now let's understand why this works and why the monk mode doesn't work. Okay, the popular monk mode rules oversimplifies growth. Yes, discipline and focus matters, but they are only half the equation. The other half is feedback, mentorship, and community. That is such an important thing. Also, let me tell you one thing. The monks who are there, they live in community. They have mentors. They take feedback from each other. And these people are telling you to isolate yourself in the name of monk mode. Why don't you question them? Okay. While isolation can sharpen skills, yes, it can sharpen skills. It can give you time to work on your skills, your things. However, connections refine wisdom. Isolation helps you hear your thoughts. Connections help you understand them. This is such an important thing. I hope you understand that. True change isn't born in silence, it is nurtured in exchange. Yes, that happens. Again, you can't be like, I will, isolate myself for 30 days and I will just change. No, it is not like that. It is like you will change when people see that, yes, you are changing, you are improving. That is the time. And that happens gradually. And gradually is the way. Gradually is the way. Conclusion: the power of consistent connection. When you stop isolating and start sharing something subtle yet profound shifts, you create, you show, you learn, you grow. You grow. Here you grow because you are sharing, you are learning from the feedback they are giving you, and then you are refining, which helps you grow. Some days you will feel proud, some days discouraged, but if you persist, people will start noticing your effort. They will contribute, they will critique, they will support. Just like I mentioned in the people, the social media creators that take 13 days reel challenge and all that. Sometimes their videos do not perform well, sometimes they do well, sometimes they are criticized, and all those kind of things happen. But in that process, they are also accepted. They are also acknowledged. They are also growing. They are also taking that feedback. All these things happen, and please do not isolate yourself to miss out on those things. And slowly, without realizing it, you will become the person those 3-month isolation or 30 days isolation videos kept talking about. But with a life that is full, not empty, yes. Full of human connections, full of meaningful relationships. Because growth isn't about hiding from the world, it is about finding your place in it and contributing to it one connected step at a time. Instead of disappearing, I want you to start showing up. Just I said the example of that social media creators who take that challenge of 30-day reels and all that. I know this is hard. At times we are shy, we are embarrassed by our own work. Before anyone else get a chance to judge us, we judge ourselves first. We criticize our own efforts and often neglect them. And these are the very things that make us inclined towards isolation. It promises silence, but it is the connection that brings true strength. Solitude may sharpen the blade, but connection is what it gives. Like, connection is what gives it purpose. Consistent work combined with consistent feedback is the way. It may not be glamorous as a 3-month disappearing act, 30 days disappearing act, but it actually works and it builds a life and relationships that can last. Here's your challenge. Who is one person you trust? Today, share one piece of your work, one idea, or one insight with them, or simply tell them, I read this article and it made me feel like I should share my work with you because I trust you. See, at the end of the day, we are doing all the hard work, everything for the people we care about. And you're not like to have those people we care about. So let's build with them. Let's not isolate ourselves. Let's keep connecting with the people, and those people will be there in your life. They will come, and eventually they will see you growing as well. And that is what we want, right? We want people, we want growth. They both can go hand in hand. You do not need to isolate yourself for that. Isolation is equal to death. And in the modern time, it is slow death, which I don't believe you want. So connect with people. There is a power in connection, and there is a power in you to grow, to connect with people. And yes, you will find your people as well in the process. Okay. All right. I'll see you around and keep showing up. Did I say that to myself as well? I think I did.